I'll say we are here on behalf of the St. Louis Self Advocates, which is a group of advocates with disabilities in the St. Louis area and beyond. And if you're interested in joining our group, we'll have information on how to join us. I am Hannah Satterwhite. I'm a family navigator on the family supports team here.
I'm Kate Carr. I am one of the family navigators in the family supports department too.
And Katie.
I'm Katie. I just found out I was doing this by myself a few minutes ago, so bear with me.
Yeah, we'll help you out, Katie. But yeah, we were thinking we might have a few other self advocates on, but you know how things go with tech and whatnot. So Katie is going to share her experience when she has met with her legislators, but Kate and I are happy to hop in and share stories. And the PowerPoint we'll share was put together by the whole group. So there will be a few other stories from other folks in there. But we really appreciate Katie being here to help share this information with you all. And hopefully this helps you to learn how to advocate for yourself in the future. So all right, so I'm going to let Katie tell you all a little bit about why you should think about meeting with your legislator.
Okay, first of all, why you meet with your legislator, you need to know about the legislative process. In doing so, I learned a lot about the legislative process. And then I talked to them about issues that people with disabilities face, encourage them to take action, file a bill, or vote a certain way on the bill, build relationships with elected officials, get to know them so that they recognize you. Have a clear message. Keep it brief. If you are comfortable, you might share a personal story. Provide information. Tell them what you'd like them to do. Support or oppose the bill. Sponsor or write a new bill. Help you find resources in your area.
Yeah, so just to add on to that, usually when I visit with a group, we'll try and leave them with some information about what we're asking them to do. So if you can have a clear point or, you know, even 1, 2 brief points so that when they leave that meeting with you, they really know what you're asking for and how they can help you. That's usually a really good way to make sure that they remember you, is that you really know what you're going to say ahead of time. So I always encourage people to practice with a friend. They do want to hear your story. So if you're comfortable sharing something about your life, something about how a law or a bill would affect your life, it can really be impactful for them. So we definitely encourage, if you are interested in doing something like this, it can be really important for them to hear from you.
And Hannah and Katie, we have a few really quick questions that
Yeah.
I think all kind of come together. So how do you know who to contact? Like when do you go straight to the governor versus your local legislator versus committee? What are the steps or process for that?
That's a really good question. So, typically a rule of thumb, if you are going to reach out to a representative or a senator, I would say many of them are going to want to hear from people in their district first. Some of them, if they're very busy, will prioritize people who live in their district to take a meeting. So for instance, you know, you may send them an email or a phone call and you might not reach them right away, but some of them are more likely to get back to you if you say, I live in your district. And you can even, if you feel comfortable adding the street that you live on or something like that, sometimes it helps in the email. So typically I will start there. but it's also helpful to look at who is on which committee. So if you're asking for something related to funding, for instance, you probably want to know who will be in the room when they're putting the appropriation bills together. So if you go to house.mo.gov or senate.mo.gov, there is a button you can click to see who's on what committee. And so you can also find your legislator on there and see what committees they sit on. So what things might be of importance to them. And usually if you do build a relationship with the legislator in your district, if they are someone who wants to work with you, they can sometimes answer questions of, if you're sitting down with the meeting and you say, I really have this healthcare related problem that I want to talk to someone about, usually they'll be able to point you to who might be on that committee. Yeah, that's usually where I would start.
Can you contact legislators any time of the year? Is
Mhm.
it better to contact them September to December, May to September?
So you can contact them anytime. Sometimes if they are very busy or even if they're on vacation or out of town, they do have legislative assistants who might respond to you. And something that I don't think we put in the PowerPoint, but something that I'll say is that it is okay to contact them more than once or in more than one way. So, of course, they may not like it if you're calling them 10 times a day, but if you're trying to set a meeting and they don't respond to the first message, it's okay to follow up again. In the busier times of year, they may miss things. I would say I like to invite them um to meet locally during the summer and fall because I think of them as being more free at those times. But it depends on what each person has going on. When they are in Jeff City during the end of session, it is usually really, really chaotic and busy. So April and May can be really, really hectic. But at the beginning of session, things are a little slower. So if you happen to be in Jeff City and you visit the Capitol, January, February, March might be a good time to pop in and introduce yourself. And in those times, if you have an opinion on a bill that they might have anything to do with, that's a great time to tell them about what you would like to see them do that session. So I would say if you want to meet locally, summer and fall is a great time. And if you happen to be in Jeff City, early on in session is usually good, January through March. Katie, do you want to go ahead and read through this slide?
Yes. Be respectful. These are tips when meeting with elected officials. Be respectful. Share what matters to you. Be confident. Be respectful even if you don't agree with them.
And, that's just a tip for, if you want to leave feeling like the meeting has gone well, even if they don't agree with you and you don't agree with them, you know, the more respectful and kind you can be, the more they're probably likely to listen to you. And remember that it's their job to be there and to serve you. So your voice is very important, and you are the people that they are there to represent. All of us are. So, and these are a few quotes from Kate. The first one's Katie's quote, but so she can read through these. But some of these are people who couldn't be here but wanted to share some little tidbits with us. So, Katie, take it away.
For me, I learned to be a better public speaker. I feel like I'm heard more. Speaking with Mr. Lazy Clay, I felt that he listened to me and understood my concern. Can I say his name?
Yeah, he's given permission to say his name.
This is from Isaiah, another self-advocate. When we spoke to our legislators, he took notes and seemed like he really wanted to help us. and this is from Jessica, another self-advocate. I asked for more money and I talked about marriage with my legislator. She gave me advice about that.
So these are all folks who have met with their elected officials, whether that be at Disability Rights Legislative Day, where we usually take a group to the Capitol, or some of the self-advocates met with a few legislators online on a Zoom call. And Katie has spoken at an event before with legislators in St. Louis, so all different ways. If you are an adult with a disability and you want to participate in St. Louis Self Advocates, you can get on the email list or join us on Meetup. We meet on Zoom every week. And sometimes we do in-person events and gatherings as well, but we found that many people find Zoom to be accessible to them right now. So we've been meeting on Thursday afternoons, and you should be able to find the Self Advocates information on our website and on this video later. And then another thing just to plug is that St. Louis ARC has an advocacy related email. So, you know, if you're a parent or if you are a self-advocate or a parent, family member, anyone who wants to get involved in advocacy at the ARC, you can reach out to advocacy@slark.org. And let us know if you have questions, if you need help setting a legislator visit, or if there's any follow-up that we can help you with. We'd be happy to help connect you with that info. Katie, is there anything else you want to share about any tips or anything you've learned?
It's just really cool to have spoken with my legislators because I felt like I made an impact. So I would like that for many other people.
We love to talk about this stuff, and we realize that this was a very, very quick overview and there's more to learn. So please, if you do have questions, reach out to Kate or myself or advocacy@slark.org, and we'd be glad to share more information with you.